Good morning. Hey, it's a day. Go figure. It's kind of cloudy here in the Northwest. It's after a beautiful Easter weekend. Oh my word, what a beautiful weekend. Sunny, a little on the cool side, not as warm, but hey, hint of things to come. Let me see. Where do I want to go with this? It's actually, I have no real way of ending it or whatever, but more topic-wise. The separation of, or the distinction, I'll call it that, of reality versus spirituality, the distinction and discernment of the physical versus the we could say spirituality, but I would say beliefs. I had another word in my mind earlier, I forgot it now. Part of doing these things while I'm driving, it doesn't help. I'll go straight diving deep. Let them who have eyes see, let them who have ears hear. Okay? That's coming straight out of the Bible. And Jesus talking about Son of Man. Okay? And how and I'm not going to get into that part of it because it's way too deep as well, but getting into just that concept, just that thought process, okay? It's understandable for people to look deep into these things, but I don't think you have to look that deep. I seriously don't think you have to look that deep. When they're talking about what's going to happen in the world and whatnot, and here are the signs or whatever, all that aside, there were many times just in Jesus walking around that people were going, he's the Messiah, and other ones are freaking out. So, did they have eyes to see? Yeah, there was something about it that connected. Okay, I'll set that as the bed, right there. When you have a reality, blatant, just a reality right there in your face, nowadays, and you're not willing to, when you're not willing to look any further onto it, and then you put, I'll say conspiracy theories, but you put these own little theories behind that, or in front of it, there's a problem. And that problem is, you're not even looking at the reality for what it is. Does this make sense? I'll give you a case in point. We just had Easter. And in Easter, you had a situation where another, controversial as it may be, holiday was falling on the same day. Okay, you had people of faith flipping out. Now granted, how they figured it out and how they heard it, how it was twisted to be heard is to be said. I mean, I'm not going to even go there. We all know. But the reality is that you have a whole host of people, and it spread like wildfire, that this day, it's an LGBTQ whatever day, is taking away Easter. Okay? Here's the reality, and here's where eyes, let them who have eyes see. Okay? The revolving holiday, if I was to turn around and ask Christians, and I guarantee you, because I've done it over the years myself, if I ask you, when's Easter? They have a hard time answering that. Okay? They sometimes, and because it's confusing. It really is. Unless you finally solidify and wrap your head around the fact that it's the first Sunday after the spring equinox. Full moon. Okay? Normally in April. It just happened to be on March 31st this year. Which, by the way, is Transgender Day. Declared 15 years ago. Okay? Automatically, there was a whole group of believers that lost their minds over it because it fell on that day. You want to get spiritual? You want me to get real in-depth on the Bible and or just even at a Christian level? Let them who have eyes see, let them who have ears hear. Okay? I watched people go off like rockets over something that was it just collided. That's all it was. And I want to turn around and go, get ready. It's going to happen again in another 50-something years. 2087 or something like that. Otherwise than that, it was just an anomaly. Get real. Get real. That's where reality versus this spirituality meet up. That's where reality, you can sit there and look at reality and wholeheartedly believe in it over what someone has proposed using the spirituality as a guide. Plain and simple. The reason why you don't have any, if you had something conflict with let's say with a Thanksgiving, the reason why you don't normally ever see that ever, keep in mind Thanksgiving hasn't been that old of a holiday to begin with, even in theory. It's because it's a Thursday. There's no holidays really on Thursday. Okay. Now Sunday, yeah, you're gonna occasionally clash. But the fact check is that, I'm sorry, It just happened. There wasn't any diabolical plan. There wasn't any, this is going to be the day. And yet, there's a whole group of believers that are lost their minds over this. And I just look and go, where is the patience? Where is the understanding? Where's the discernment? Let's go there. Where's the discernment? Because I'm not seeing any discernment out of people that should know what's going on. And people wonder why there's so many people that have left the church. That's because the church has left the church. They turned around and they have politicized it instead of sticking to Christ. Okay? So, there's my sermon for the day. I'll say it that way. Reality versus illusions, delusions. Discernment, over deceit. There's one. Discernment over deceit. Okay. Don't fall into the pitfall. Use your brain first. And whether you have to dive into the science level of things, so be it, but use your brain first. That's all it is. Use the God-given talent and organism that He put inside that noggin to comprehend and to discern things first. Hey, nothing but love. Have a great day.